everybody, it's Stacy with As a Tea Brews. Welcome back to my channel. We are home from a 3-week trip across the country. We visited 16 different states, and in that time we were able to visit a couple of tea shops. I'm still working on editing some videos and creating some content for you guys, so be watching for that. But one of the shops that I came across that I hadn't expected to come across was called Whimsy, and it said tea, gifts, and giggles. And in this shop, the first thing you notice is the huge tea wall, and I'll go ahead and insert some clips from that into the video. We're in Old Town Albuquerque, and this is Whimsy Tea, Gifts, and Giggles. Black teas. They have them so you can smell them. Interesting bottles and names. Yet she persisted. Fruitful creativity. We can do it. Supreme authority. There's all kinds of interesting little cartoonish kind of cute names. Here's their oolong. Herbals. Some little steepers, teapots, teacups, and they have samples. They have samples of Queenies, Diana's, and Sister Serenities. Let's try them all. I didn't have a whole lot of time to really smell and check out the teas. I wish now that I had. So I didn't actually realize at the time it was kind of like a small company, woman-owned business, and if I had, I probably would have spent a little bit more time exploring, but we just briefly looked at the tea wall, smelled a couple teas, and tasted the samples. They had 3 different samples, and I sped through 2 of them. The first one I actually really enjoyed. It was a black tea, I think with cinnamon and stuff, but I wasn't really in the market for another black tea. And so then the next one was a green tea, and it was good also, just not something that I felt compelled to purchase. But the third sample was one that the girls were really interested in. All right, this is Tea of Tranquility, rooibos with chocolate and mint. The girls say this tastes like white chocolate peppermint, so we'll see. This one does kind of taste like the white chocolate peppermint. Not quite as sweet. The one from Tivana, the old one. We've had quite a few mint and chocolate teas, but this one is a little stronger flavor with the mint and chocolate. It's pretty good. I think we might get a 10. All of the teas, it was early in the morning when they first opened, and all of the teas were really hot. So we burned our mouths just a little bit tasting it, but we're going to try it today and see what our thoughts on now after having been there a couple weeks ago. But this company of tea is called Loose Leaf Women Gourmet Tea Company, and they are online, and I'll link to them below. But I had never heard of them before, and they have kind of a fun little motto. It says, "Sip a little attitude." The founder, her name is Elizabeth Kingswood, and I just got this off of their website. She's a certified tea specialist, and she also has a PhD in mythology. And so this is kind of where like the interesting part of their tea comes about. All of their teas have these fun, like kind of cartoony characters, themes, names, and they're all very unique. And then it gives a little brief description on each tea canister of what you might expect in that tea. It says that she named her first tea when she was doing a tea tasting for a small group of people, and they were talking about like some of the other tea companies out there, and Liz said that she thought that the tea name should have more pizzazz. And she kind of jokingly said, if I had a tea company, I'd name the first one Aphrodite's Ravishing Sex Goddess Tea or something. And in fact, that's kind of what she named the first one. It's the Aphrodite's, and I guess it's their highest selling tea over all their other teas combined. And I didn't get that tea, but it definitely sounds interesting. And I don't know if people buy it because of the name or because of the taste, but the teas are definitely very interesting and fun and themed with a lot of mythology and other characters. There was some kind of female empowerment teas and of course the Greek mythology. So they're lots of fun. She says she focuses on fun names, mythic feminine power undertones, but she's also sampled teas extensively and traveled to different places in the world to represent the UST Association and promote organic growing methods. So I think that this is kind of a fun company. I wouldn't mind trying more of their teas. I'll have to check their website out more. But for the meantime, I only bought one of their teas. We were a little bit short on time when we were going through Albuquerque. So I had to kind of rush. So I'm editing the video, but I just heard back from Liz, the founder of the company, and I wanted to edit my video because at first I wasn't sure if she was the one that owned the Whimsy Tea Shop or not. But it turns out that she is. She actually started in Spokane and she made teas then, and she would sell them in some retail shops. But she moved to Albuquerque and she wanted to focus on kind of her own retail shop where people could come and taste the teas. And so she opened in 2018. And then the pandemic kind of shut down the whole tea tasting and slowed things down for a little bit, but they're back up and running with the tastings. And in fact, they're going to be having some bottled teas and eventually hopefully have those available at Whole Foods. So you'll have to watch for those. But she also included a special discount code for you guys. It's Stacy25, and I'll add that below in case you guys forget. But and as well as a link to her website. And it's not good at the Whimsy store or website, just at looseleafwomen.com. So you guys will have to go check out their teas, and it's free shipping with only 30, and so that's a pretty good deal, plus the 25%. And you guys will have to let me know what teas sound really good to you or which ones you want to buy. So let's get on with the tasting, and I'll let you know what I think about the tea that I bought. Okay, so this is the tea that we ended up buying. This is Sister Serenity's Tea of Tranquility. It's an organic rooibos blessed with chocolate and mint, and it's 3.5 ounces. And I can't remember exactly what the cost was of this. I feel like it was maybe $14, which would probably be about average for tea. But it comes in these black tins with these stickers on here, and it's got kind of this cartoon nun on here, and she says caffeine free heavenly. And so there you can see the tea, and the ingredients are premium loose leaf rooibos, red bush, peppermint leaves, calendula petals, cacao bean pieces, and natural flavors. So it smells really good. So we're gonna go ahead and brew some up and let you know what we think. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and brew up some of this tea, and I just sliced the seal with some scissors, and this is how the tea comes. It smells really good, like mint and chocolate. So it says just to use a teaspoon per 8 ounces. So we're just going to use 1 overflowing teaspoon, and we're going to use boiling water, and the directions say 4 to 7 minutes, so we'll just set our timer for 5 minutes. I've got this cute little sand timer that I'm going to use from Tea Bloom, and it's the pink, kind of reddish, light red color that we're watching for that. And then we'll try this tea out. We did try a sample in store, but sometimes when you're, not focused on one thing and trying other teas also, it's hard to really get a good opinion. So while we were in the store, we also purchased a couple of other things. So we're getting the Sea of Tranquility chocolate mint rooibos tea and a little teaspoon that says, "Take time to do whatever makes your soul happy," and some handmade soap and a little tea towel. And Ellie picked out this rock. It's the carnelian, the artist stone, because she is an artist. Okay, so we have our tea. It's a nice kind of brown chocolate color. It smells like chocolate and mint. The mint is definitely, the mint and chocolate are definitely the first thing you smell and taste with this tea. I am wondering if they added a little bit of sweetener to their tea sample. The rooibos is not overpowering in this, but you can kind of taste that in the background in this. It's got a little bit of a natural sweetness, but I wouldn't say it's a sweet tea at all. But I think it would definitely be delicious with a touch of honey or a little bit of sugar, whatever your sweetener preference is. Okay, so this is good. I recommend this tea. I don't think that it quite tastes like the Teavana's white chocolate peppermint, but it does have that essence. And like I said, I think maybe with a little sweetener, it might taste a little bit more like that. But it doesn't have that kind of super strong, creamy peppermint flavor that tea did. But this is definitely a delicious tea, and I have thoroughly enjoyed learning more about this company and finding them in a tea shop when we were out and about, and that was a lot of fun. So check out their website, and they also have some tea towels on the website and some teapots and some other things, I think. So check them out, and until then, I hope you guys have a great day, and leave me a comment below if you've heard of this company before, or after you check out their website, let me know what blends sound good to you. Have a great day. Bye.